up.
On this show, we take a really simple position. Adults should never, ever, 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 under any circumstance, wear a costume. Even if it's at a Halloween party, just don't. What we've learned over the course of the last several years is that you cannot have fun anymore. There's no fun allowed. And generally speaking, I hold that position myself. I don't like other people being happy because I'm miserable all the time. Why should other people not be? Why do I have to be miserable? That's how I live my life. That's how I run my office.
Hashtag equity, right?
Seriously. But in 2025, especially if you're a Democrat, you should not even risk anything. I bring this up because there was a Halloween event in downtown Vancouver that ended in a controversy because a former city council member showed up dressed as an ICE agent. Yes, this person made the decision to dress as an ICE agent. Cue the gasps, the outrage, the left-wing newspapers who are going to cover this as if it's actual news, because that's exactly what happened. The Seattle Times today breathlessly reported over what had happened, that a former city council member and a longtime city historian named Pat Gelada, she committed the Halloween sin, the original Halloween sin. Well, no, this can't be the original. The original Halloween sin was cultural appropriation. This is just parody, apparently. And that's supposedly what this was about. Some kind of lazy political statement, she said. Although I added lazy. She just said it was a political statement and it was actually meant to be a critique of ICE. Oh, okay. She said on social media, "My goal was to portray the costume in the context of horror, representing the fear that many associate with the agency's actions." Well, someone took a photo of this ICE agent costume. Council member, former Vancouver City Council member Larry Smith posted the photos on his Facebook, and it had the caption, "I saw an ICE agent. She showed up at the party. Most of the kids went into hiding." So it was clearly meant as a joke, at least the caption. But you know what the mayor, Anne McCurney Ogle, did?
What?
Oh, you know how you can like a photo and a post and it gives a thumbs up? Yeah, she went one step further. She did a smiley face emoji.
Oh, yeah, because there's different reactions you can do, yeah.
Yeah, there's the hearts and everything. So she went one step further with the heart emoji and then even more feigned outrage to the point where she had to apologize at a meeting at the council.
You may have heard some concerns over the weekend about a Halloween party that I attended. And even though I was there a short amount of time, there were comments and photos that were shared on social media. So I want to acknowledge the impact of those images and what they had on our community.
Just real quickly, and I'll let her finish. There was no impact on the community. The photos of someone wearing an ICE agent costume had zero impact on the community. There were some people who pretended to be impacted, but no one was actually impacted.
We had one individual dress as an ICE agent, and while it was not an endorsement of ICE or the enforcement of the immigration policies, it was her commentary. And then we had an individual who dressed as the chimney sweep with his wife, who was Mary Poppins. It appeared that it looked like it was blackface.
No! I didn't even hear that part.
I thought you'd enjoy that.
Oh, my God.
On those.
Wait, hold on. We all acknowledge it was Mary Poppins, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so in the context of having a Mary Poppins character next to the Dick Van Dyke character, the chimney sweep guy, people then pretended to think, well, it looks like blackface to me. Really? Really? Is Mary Poppins canceled now?
I can't believe Dick Van Dyke hasn't been canceled.
Oh, my gosh. And he's like the whitest white guy ever.
Photographs which of course is offensive and hurtful and upsetting to say the least. But
No. It's none of those things. Stop giving in to these lunatics.
I wholeheartedly condone and approve any of that type of behavior, and I know you do too. Those are not our core values for the city of Vancouver.
Oh, I hate her. I hope she's up for re-election. She's seeking a third term. I hope this sinks her entire career.
Apparently she doesn't know the English language either because she said she condoned instead of condemned.
I know. She was nervous. I mean, in fairness, I do think she condones all of this because she can't be as crazy as some in the community are.
It was a Freudian slip.
Yes, it really was. I do think she said what she meant. Oh, my God. I love it when the radical left eats itself.
Yeah, it's great.
Just have at it, man. I saw in the Times local advocates who were upset with the ICE enforcement piece of all of this, and they cried that the costume was insensitive. And there's someone named Shavana McEwen, who's the executive director for the Southwest Washington Equity Coalition. So I'm sure had she been at that Halloween party, life of the party. Everyone would want to hang out with her. She basically struggles every day to find something to pretend to be outraged over. And she does not accept this apology that we just played. This is what she said. If you hold that office and you make a mistake, there does need to be some action with your apology. There needs to be not just one action, but continued action and effort to demonstrate that remorse. And also, more than anything, caring and empathy for those people when you cause harm. What should we do, a public flogging of some kind? What is she asking for? Not only must you apologize, but there has to be some action. Well, what action would you like?
This is why you never give in to the mob, because it's never enough.
Never. Especially these kinds of mobs.
Yeah, where she didn't even do anything wrong. There's nothing,
It's so remarkable. And the League of United Latin American Citizens, they posted a statement, according to the Times, also condemning a harmless costume, saying the imagery of ICE enforcement is not a costume. It's a painful reality for thousands of people across this region and the nation. Our community must do better in rejecting displays that make light of others' trauma. Oh, okay.
People dress up as all sorts of horrible things on Halloween, but that's where you draw the line.
Yeah. I mean, there's lots of like serial killer stuff. Chef Blood RD, which is what I was when I was younger. I was lazy and I couldn't think of anything, and so I just went with that. It's hard to imagine a more absurd overreaction than this. Halloween is supposed to be the one night in the year where you can mock and exaggerate or parody anything you want. From politicians to police officers to politicians again. That's what you're supposed to be able to do. And yet somehow, an ICE costume is where the moral panic begins. I can't believe this. How dare you cause this kind of trauma? And of course, the same activists who are feigning outrage here are the ones who cheer on grotesque caricatures of Donald Trump supporters, of cops, of Christians, who mock murders like that of Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. The people who seem to either justify or celebrate attacks against ICE agents, those people are now feigning outrage. They're the ones who are in this performance art of theirs saying, I cannot believe it. Oh my God, clutching their pearls over this. Those are the people who are complaining. This is melodrama that perfectly captures the progressive double standard, not just in the Pacific Northwest, frankly, but around this country. Mock conservatives, mock religion, mock America itself. Fine, that's totally great. Root for or justify the ICE violence, no problem whatsoever. However, you touch one of their sacred political narratives and suddenly it's trauma. We're traumatized here. There is an obsession on the left to find villains wherever it is they can. And it has made them allergic to context, to irony, to fun. It is so ridiculous. However, I'm so glad it happened. I want more of this to happen because it's not happening to us. It's happening to them. And the only way they're going to learn a lesson that they've gone too far with all of this garbage here is when they fall victim to their own set of absurd rules. The only way we really will change the culture here is when the people who are responsible for inflicting this nonsense on all of us are the ones who get impacted the most. So I'm all for this. And you know what? It was blackface, by the way. That wasn't even Mary Poppins. You know who that was? It was the wife of a slave owner. Yeah, I said it. And the mayor clearly condoned slavery. I think that's the message it sent. And not only does she condone immigration enforcement, I think she's lionizing ICE agents. I think they basically made a walking shrine to ICE. Yeah, take that. I think the best thing she can do is step aside. I think she needs to step down. In fact, I think it's so bad that the former Vancouver City Council member who did this needs to run for office, win, and then step down in disgrace. That's how bad it is. And this is someone who's apparently a longtime city historian. I think she needs to write herself into the history books as the worst thing to ever come out of Vancouver. And the list is very long. One could argue Vancouver would be number one on that list. She should put herself number one. You think this is a result of the sort of the infection of being so close to Portland? You know this doesn't happen in Battleground, right? Kelso, Longview, this is not happening there, is it?
I doubt it.
Right? I feel like there's a little bit of a border. You have to be somewhat normal in order to live in those communities. Vancouver, they're insane.
Mm-hmm.
These are people who work in Portland and live in Vancouver so they can get some cost savings.
Yeah.
Okay. I do now encourage people to wear ICE costumes to work. I will give that one a pass. I've got a story up at seattlered.com right now about every year I just republish the same story about how you should never wear any kind of costume to work as an adult, unless you're at a school or I suppose a Halloween costume shop.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you a pass for ICE.
Although if you do that in a liberal enclave like Seattle or Portland, we can't guarantee your safety.
No, but I will defend you.
That's true.
And do I normally defend adults who wear costumes?
No.
Exactly. What do I do?
Scold, ridicule.
Including people in this office.
Fire if it was me.
If it was you, oh no, for sure. I mean, we have a dress code here, so obviously I would fire you. I was talking to Isaiah, who runs the front desk, and he wore a costume last year, and I had to take a photo of it and then use it in this column. But he took it in good spirits, or at least he pretended to because of the power dynamic. And so, what is he going to do? But he didn't learn a lesson. I heard him talking to someone about a costume for tomorrow. You know what that's going to mean?
Another picture?
And a visit to HR, probably.
Yeah.
I always get called into HR. That's why I hate Halloween when it falls on a weekday.
Yeah.
I always have to add 45 minutes to my day for a meeting with HR.
I feel like because it's on a Friday too, people will be like extra into it, you know.
Oh